Don't bring your wife abroad, because if you do, you are going to be in trouble. You cannot be a lizard in Nigeria, and just because you move into Ukraine, Finland, UK, and you want to become a crocodile, the best people eventually become is a war gecko. Except you are willing to develop yourself and do what the crocodiles are doing. So the bill of the house is 100 this month, so you bring 60, I bring 40. Very few marriages can survive the way Nigerians hustle abroad. This is the very first time for most families that husband and wife will not be sleeping in the same house together. Are we not here to work? Are we not here to hustle? Yes, you are in the abroad to make money, but you are not in the abroad to hustle, because how much money do you think you are going to make with hustling? That is to no fault of their own, is the way the abroad system is structured. What we can begin to do is to look at it and set our priorities right. Being available to your family is a secret weapon that most people don't understand. Ask any successful man, I'm talking about wealthy, rich, not strugglers. They will begin to tell you how family play a significant role in their success stories. This is not to say women are perfect, women are rubbish, women are something. Ask them about their mothers, ask them about their sisters. If you see anyone abroad doing well, please ask them about their marriage. You will begin to see collaboration. Now again, I reiterate, because I understand that this message is largely to Nigerians. They don't listen before they rush into the comment section. This is not to say that women are perfect. No, it is to say that men, there is a part of us that need to grow. This is a very touchy subject, but I'm going to give my own 2 cents to it. Don't bring your wife abroad if you're an African man that you live abroad, because if you do, you are going to be in trouble. Is this actually true? Now, I know that for some of you, you know uncles, you know fathers, you know brothers that have, brought their wife abroad and a problem happened. And you know them, you've heard these stories one too many for someone to come with anything different, because as far as you are concerned, once you bring your wife abroad, you are going to be in trouble. The question is that actually true? That statement is not true. The problem that we have is that people that their life is working abroad with their spouse, husband and wife, most of them are not speaking. Most of them are not talking. The people that are in trouble with their spouse, husband and wife, they are the ones speaking. They are the ones talking. Look at this video.
Don't bring your wife from Africa to Europe.
So if you be man when you say they command from your family, you know if you command for here for Europe.
You can't command any woman, because the government here has given them the right for them that they can do anything they like. Man has no right over them.
So bringing your woman a heavy risk.
It's a heavy risk, my brother. It's a heavy risk.
So you say marry them, leave them for Africa?
Marry them, leave them for Africa. That is the best option. The best thing you can do. If you go down there, they will respect you. But here, they will never respect you. As long as they move out here and meet other women, they will advise them and tell them other things.
If you read between the lines, you will hear the subject of control. You will hear the subject of lordship. Because most of these people, when they come abroad, still, they want to keep oppressing their women. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they are not bad women. But you see, if you are a young man, African man, going abroad, please go with your wife. The chances that you are going to succeed in life if you go with your wife, it's bigger than when you do these things yourself. First, let me clarify that this is not to mean that there are no bad women. No. Plenty of them everywhere, But of course, that means there are bad men too. And if you hear the statement to go with your wife, the question is, when you were getting married to these people, are they that terrible? Are you terrible? Because you see, you cannot marry rubbish and then expect rubbish to become something abroad. It's like when they say you cannot be a lizard in Nigeria, and just because you move into Ukraine, Finland, UK, and you want to become a crocodile, the best people eventually become is a war gecko. You really cannot change that much, except you are willing to develop yourself, and do what the crocodiles are doing. If you check the statistics of people doing well abroad, I'm not talking about the strugglers and survivors. I'm talking about people that are doing significantly well. You will always notice that the husband and wife are together, working together, making things happen together, doing collaboration together. And if you go and truly investigate into the lives of the strugglers, people who are doing these 4, 5, 6 jobs, you will notice one critical thing within the husband and wife: they don't collaborate. What you will find in most cases is that wives are doing their own thing, doing their own ajo contribution. Husband is doing his own, and everybody is trying to keep their own side. There's a funny approach that they do to it. They do contribution. Oh, the bill of the house is 100 this month, oh, so you bring 60, I bring 40, you bring, they now turn the house into projects, contribution. There is no collaboration. They are not working together. They don't share the same pulse, they don't share the same plan, they don't share the same goal. Everyone is just trying to do his own thing. In fact, sometimes the husband is at home building in secret, the wife is also at home, back home building in secret, and not much success can happen. Also, can we tell ourselves one major truth? Very few marriages can survive the way we hustle abroad. Yes, the idea that you will move abroad and you will work 60, 70 hours a week, the husband, the wife doing the same thing, and you will expect that the marriage will be as healthy as it is when you are back home, that all you need to do sometimes is about 30 hours of work a week, 40 hours of work a week, will not happen. This is the very first time for most families that husband and wife will not be sleeping in the same house together. This is the very first time. And I know this discussion is very touchy for people, as a lot of people will begin to rant. Are we not here to work? Are we not here to hustle? Yes, you are in the abroad to make money, but you are not in the abroad to hustle, because how much money do you think you are going to make with hustling? Another subject for another day. But the way we work abroad, as Africans, especially Nigerians, we need to revisit it. Because you see, because imagine a scenario where the husband have to go and work 13-hour long day, the wife will have to go and do the same thing at night, and they run these things for like 2 weeks or something before they will eventually have the time to sit down with each other and have some form of family time. How do you think the marriage will work? Marriage is like a flower. The more you water it, the more it would grow. See, I'm not speaking as a marriage expert or some guru when it comes to marriage, but I'm showing us these things, and if you're sincere and humble enough to check it, you begin to see it. I was speaking to someone who mentioned that coming abroad is the hardest that he has worked in his life. He has never worked this much. That in Nigeria, he used to run a business where sometimes he doesn't even need to go to the office. If he feels like, he would just stay with his wife and children at home and play with them and make calls, and the boys at work would be working. Many people cannot do that abroad, and that is to no fault of their own. Is the way the abroad system is structured. What we can begin to do is to look at it and set our priorities right, because sometimes rejecting that extra shift would save your marriage. But unfortunately for most people, rejecting that extra shift means that they will lose that very important $200 or £200, which is more important to them than their marriage. So you will have to pick one. Do you think this marriage is worth that you don't do at least one extra shift on? That you will sit down with your wife and children, you will sit down with your husband and your children and play with them. Yes, you are not going to make that extra funds, but you are going to make something extra, which is family. But we will not do all of that stress. You've gone all day, they've used you, they shout at you, they've dragged you. Some of you have carried things, you have dragged things, you have seen things, and you are stressed emotionally, you are drained. And even though you are drained, you want to keep pushing these things for 6 times a week. You need to take a break and stay with your loved ones, because see, that route is crazy, but that is how you actually make more money, that you will make more time for your spouse. There's a crazy story in the Bible that I like to add. There's a place where people were talking to God, I believe in Isaiah, and then they were talking to God that, oh, we are praying, we are doing this, we are fasting, you are not hearing us. And when God will respond, he responds that, who is asking you to fast and pray? Who is asking you to do this? That's not what I ask you to do. And he began to list what he wants them to do. Speaking of, helping people, connecting, somewhere in the line, he said, being available to your own self. Some versions said, being available to your family. Because you see, being available to your family is a secret weapon that most people don't understand. Ask any successful man, I'm talking about wealthy, rich, not strugglers. Ask them. They will begin to tell you how family, their wife, children play a significant role in their success story. Maybe we need to begin to set our priorities right, that you will not think you will work 60-70 hours of work a week and somehow miraculously your marriage will be as intact as when you are available for the family, when you can take them out on lunch, when you can play with them, when you can watch the news with your wife, when you can watch movie with your wife, when you can cook with your wife. Those things help. We cannot neglect them and somehow miraculously think it's the winter or the cold abroad and abroad that is destroying our marriage. We also have a responsibility too. Again, I reiterate, this is not to say women are perfect. Oh. No. At least I'm married to one of them. But when these men come to tell you that women are rubbish, women are something, ask them about their mothers. Ask them about their sisters. What have their sisters and their mothers done to their fathers and their brothers? And you want to check around you too, so that we don't take decision of these men who are in pain. We don't make our life decisions because of their own pain, because more often than not these are men who are looking for people to oppress. I'm but a few years in marriage, and if I know one thing to be sure about the concept of marriage, it is two people coming together to becoming one. The question is, why do you want to oppress your other half? Why do you want to lord over your other half? Are you not supposed to come together and work? And see, don't take my word for it. If you see anyone abroad doing well in business, in running their own personal life, please ask them about their marriage. Ask them what exactly is happening between the husband and the wife. You will begin to see collaboration. You will begin to see respect. Now, again, I reiterate, because I understand that this message is largely to Nigerians. They don't listen before they rush into the comment section. This is not to say that women are perfect. No, it is to say that men, for us also, we need to work. There is a part of us that need to grow. You are not going to be the Lord over your family. You are the head of the family. Yes, true. But that does not make you a King Kong or a military ruler in your own house, which more often than not, these men often don't want to change. And let me tell you, as a young man, please listen. You are not going to get the truth from all of these men speaking from pain, from all of these men speaking from failure. If you will succeed abroad, please better go with your wife. What you need to do is to make sure that it is your own wife. See, if you have married wrongly, this message is not for you. But if you are sure that you have married right, you are sure that you have married correctly, and it doesn't mean that your marriage is perfect. There is no such thing anywhere in the world, a perfect marriage. But if you know that what you have is something that you can grow, something that is worth it, if you are moving abroad, don't listen to these men who are speaking from pain and failure. Take your woman abroad. That is how you will make it. Personally, I've had my personal experience, because there's a point in my life living abroad that I needed someone to hold forth for me, to hold back home for me, so that I can go and push and get some things, significant success. Please go with your wife. What you want to do before you make that journey is to resolve all of your differences. If there are things that you guys don't agree on, if there are problems that you have, please resolve them. Because abroad is an enhancer. It will enhance the problem and show it to you like this. The Nigerian society might allow you to do some things that living abroad will not allow you to do. The Nigerian society might not show your wife that is also an human being. Abroad will show her that she's human. And let's not even lie to ourselves. Our forefathers did not treat our women badly. We know the stories of Oshun, Moremi, Oya, and I'm speaking as a Yoruba boy. I'm sure every tribe have their own too. Iyalo. These are not women that somebody will push over. These are women that even the society allowed them to grow. Their husbands, some of them, their husbands are king. So don't let anybody tell you that a woman is a fringe benefit, added value, something that you can just throw away and travel upon. I know that the men that are doing well in their marriage are not speaking, and I sincerely hope that these men who are doing better abroad, big things abroad, would begin to speak, so that these men who are speaking from pain and failures are not the only role models available for young men trying to build life abroad. Because listen, life is hard alone. Life abroad is even harder. If you try to do it alone, you might be able to push through when you are in your 40s, 50s. You need to think about when you are in your 60s and look at the life of these men talking to you. Look at their age. and look at their situation. And with that, make your own decision. See if their children are talking to them. See where they have children. How many children did they have scattered around Europe? How many children did they have scattered around Nigeria? And see what their old age looks like. See, you will not always have that strength. You will not always have that energy to jump around and to shout and to demo. You might even have money in your old age, but you will discover that loneliness and lack of love can kill you faster than any sickness will ever do. So please, I beg of you, young men going abroad, take your women abroad. The fact that two of you can come together, at least in biblical times, is saying that you are going to chase 10,000 as against your own 1,000 that you are able to chase alone. That alone should tell you something. And see, the intelligence of men cannot be more superior even to the quote and unquote foolishness of God. These men speaking in pain will not be more intelligent than God. God said, two of you will walk and chase. Two people will chase. Don't let them allow you chase alone, because you are going to be stressed, you are going to be worn out, and unfortunately, you will not even get anything significant. You are just going to struggle throughout your life abroad. So please, if there's a problem in your marriage, resolve that problem. I'm not saying there's no problem. Resolve it, but please don't listen to this man saying, don't bring your wife abroad. How are you going to do it alone? Take your wife. God bless you. God help you.